Hello guys, we are here with a new live trading session. So let's do this with it's working. Yeah. Well, now to have like a little idea what I'm looking at, it's basically euro doesn't look so good. I'll say we are like currently accumulating in this range. I think it's probably it, yeah. I don't know how long we're gonna stay in the range, and inside the range we got like um it's a little bit like we got one first bearish range and then another one like from here to here broke the low. So we're currently inside this bearish range, which is inside the bullish range. So which one is gonna win? Like, will this bearish one gonna continue, or has this range like won? Well, I have no clue because we got also like target in both directions. So I'm lying more towards like bullish range, like to to go first to this other block, or why not higher? But look, considering how the price action looks, it's not so. Now I can delete those ranges was for New York session, for London session, but some of them went cleared on this one. Yeah, yeah, looks like we're gonna go for the highs, but also on 1 hour. Well, on 1 hour it's more obvious because what's basically happening, we can see a swing here. So we can see a swing here, and well, we got a 1 hour fracture. Now the session just begun, so well, we got a bearish 15 minutes swing. It's very likely that we're gonna go for those highs first. But I'm gonna wait until when. um, well, obviously 1 hour has made a little church in here, like run higher, lower, toggle liquidity above the high, and then close lower. Keep going lower. And on 15 minutes, also a church happens, so I'm gonna make this 1 hour. Actually, it's the same range when 15 minutes. Which basically makes look, this is what I do not necessarily like about this, because what basically happened was taking liquidity and then closing right back in the range with the church. So this doesn't look very bearish anymore, because now we got this bearish range, right? But also this bullish range. So um, and now it looks like the price gonna target those highs. So yeah, basically what I'm now do. Well, right now at this very moment, what basically happens is we got the bearish range, right? And the bullish one. So these are bearish range, these are bullish one. So, well, we are still in premium of this for our we are still in premium of this for our little range. Which makes things maybe also disconsider the range. I don't know. On 1 hour set, like certain this is a bearish range on 1 hour. Now what I'm gonna see, it is certainly a bearish range. And this is certainly a bullish one. So in order to see if the bearish one gonna keep going or not, the bullish one, because I don't wanna be bullish at this price. I'd like to see some kind of change in here, like obviously 15 minutes has made some bearish movements. 15 minutes, but it may be only for the to build more liquidity, and I'd like to see some liquidity running here and then some change of character on 5 minutes and closure back in a range. Well, no, we are not doing it. But it looks good because it's making some structure around close to the highs, which makes yes. Oh, it's actually possible that 1 hour is gonna also respect the range, go lower. But it's nothing, but like even 1 minute, if you're looking on 1 minute, it's somehow um, well, clearly was this auto block here to give some reaction, but most likely it's gonna be broken. So I don't plan to do nothing before this happen. Like we got this bearish range, yeah. 6 minutes until the closure of the this 15 minutes candle. And the 1 hour just begun. So well, this is a bearish range, but also from here, from this point, like okay, this is a bearish range, and then this one or this one, whatever, whichever it is, it's a bullish one. So we got a 4 hour bullish range inside a 4 hour bearish one. Going on 1 hour, we're gonna be able to see the same ranges basically. Okay, this is pretty clear. This one to look at you both, and then also it's more like this. Well, it's giving me a headache, so I'm currently. Hey, how can I put the camera in this side because I'm using more this side of the screen? Edit. Yeah, somehow it's stuck on here. So yes, currently it's possible that 1 hour will go short, but I'll say not very likely. So well, basically I'm saying what I'm saying it's I don't know. I have literally no idea. So um yes. Now I'm just gonna switch to GBP because GU is making something interesting. Well, now on 4 hour because 1 hour it's pretty like a headache. Basically 4 hour doing. Well, let's begin with daily again. Well, daily has had clearly a high, then a low, then failed to close above the high. So this was the first indication that we may go bearish. And I did actually take yesterday trade was a very very good one. Um, I tried to make a breakdown of the trade of the day, but also um, my camera shut it down a few times, and I ended up yeah. Now looks like it's gonna happen something. Well, also may go like straight bullish and see no closure back or something. But yeah, 1 minute. Oops. Um, well, it doesn't look so good because we made no church. The structure is still bullish on 1 minute. Close here, but still like structure is bullish. So well, now 5 minutes has made something, but I'd like to see it some kind of church. Um, which seems that I'm not getting. And then target maybe this liquidity below. Or why not even lower, but considering how does it look right now. Well, it could go. It's like dog liquidity failed to close, but there is still no church in there. So like the main idea of the church is that the market aligns with your idea. So if I had a bearish idea, I want to see the market align, like give me hints that um want to change. Otherwise, it's basically giving me hints that my idea is not like the idea I had is not working right now. But it could change something right in this very moment. Take some liquidity and then close lower. This is, let's make it, I don't know, black. $17. So it looks bullish, doesn't look bearish at this moment. And more well, it's also likely that it will stay bullish, considering how this looked like. Like this was also like excuse me. So it made low. Yes, and now we got something very, very good. Amazing. Come on, give me some closure back in the range. No, like it's aligned again, but bullish. At this moment, it's no. Also, no church in here, like a little spike above this high and then close low, and it would be it would have been great. But right now, everything seems to be bullish. So um, yeah, there is no trade. There is no trade at this moment until we gonna go below this level. There is no real trade. Yeah, it's going for those highs. But who knows? Maybe after the break of the highs, it will like to be honest. If it breaks this high, can it go for this also? Like it's probably. Yeah, how? Look at what is going on. Some new release, something happened. Like this kind of strong move. What I like though, like I wanna forget about Euro. This is looking very, very good in my point of view. So one little look on Euro. Well, this was a bear structure. Took liquidity above the structure. and then depends if we're gonna take liquidity above this one also. But I got uh, too stuck on bearishness on this on euro that I now that I'm looking there in London session was basically one setup, but I was too stuck in this bearish range and I ignored the overall structure. There were trail basically we took liquidity below here, below this range. Then close right back in the range with a change of character. Came completed some pullback, again bullish, completed some pullback, again bullish. So yeah, was a trade here at here. Basically the structure realigned bullish. But right now, what is happening is that on June, so it's I don't know, it's hard to follow me, it's hard to look at I wanted to trade to take this trade, like short from here. Um oh then there is a great opportunity, like was a great opportunity in here. And there it's still a great opportunity, but who knows if it's gonna come back. So right now, whoa, it moved fast. Yeah. Um, we have this order block. This is a 50-minute one. Okay. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna respect this or are you gonna disrespect this? Like 5 minutes, it's obviously insanely bullish, but even 1 minute, it didn't got nothing. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Like looking on. Whoa. What the hell happened? Are there news or something? No, there are no news and nothing. Just It keeps going higher and higher and higher. Basically, everything in here needs to be can be deleted. All that's important at this moment is basically well, I was too stuck on on short setups, but wait, here may be something very interesting. 15 minutes liquidity, same range of 15 minutes, 5 minutes, could close back in range. 5 minutes definitely had something different, but 1 minute looks like it's somehow okay. We got basically you see these are high, so to be more accurate, these are 4 hour range. So this is my 4 hour range. It's likely that now that I'm looking, it's likely that we're gonna go visit this little boy here. But also not necessarily like this is the ultimate point where it's likely to go. If don't turn around this level, basically the whole idea it's fucked up and will result in no trade for the day. You don't know liquidity below, so well, I don't get trapped until this closure here. Everything gets like until a closure on 1 minute at least. Below this level, everything is bullish. 15 minutes closed with ease above the middle point of the order block. So now what basically happened was aligning this bearish range, then toggle liquidity above. So now it's realigned bullish. So or not. What's basically doing is building some liquidity in here for the imbalance, I think. And what's gonna end up doing later is gonna coin the imbalance and run higher. Also, if looking on how 15 minutes look. It's like pure bullishness in here. So I like how this looks, but it's not a good price for a trade. So I may wait a little bit longer. Yet though, if it closed inside this level. Well, I am in the leap on. I am not looking so actively on this trade, but I'm not discuss with you this one because it's like I'm entering without confirmations. Here I'm doing basically a very easy job. But what I've seen was clear structure, liquidity above, liquidity below, so making a valid order block. Then basically, like this is a very clean, very clean, very good price action. And what basically happened was this order block making a church on 4 hour. So I entered with a stop loss above this one and targeting the low. So very simple, very clear market structure. Everything was um, like effortlessly, and yeah, I am doing basically, joking here, taking big setups. Well, so depends how. So to make things a little bit more clear, this is my 4 hour range, right? This range. Why? It's obvious or not. Well, or this one. Yeah, yeah. This is my range, and as long as I don't get closure with the church, and the church is very unlikely now in 1 hour. But considering that the range is also very visible on 1 hour, I'd like at least a closure in the church on 15 minutes. So get some liquidity above this high, then close below this low. So this would have like this would be a valid, very clear change of character, and the trade will look like this if it happens, something like this, and targeting at least this low, if not the structure. But it's very unlikely that I'm gonna get it. So yes. I think I'm gonna go to the toilet, so I'm gonna be back in a moment. Okay, all right. What have we got? Nothing, right? Well, here was a trader, and yeah, and 11 o'clock provided me a great opportunity also. Like the church happened, then came. By the way, I don't trade at 11. But, wait a moment. Oh, no liquidity taken above. So, and now it can be used as a place to place long, basically. But it can still be if the the 1 hour order block failed grandiosely. I won't delete it completely right now because it can still um well daily still bullish, like a bullish range and the bearish range inside the bullish one. But now that I'm looking, what basically happened right after the break of structure closed back in a range with a church. So now the target is the high of the range on daily. So yes, I'm basically not doing anything right now. There is a chance in here, but for a pullback and what to target, what to not target, the structure is insanely messy. So there is a chance in here. Basically, this is also for kind of order block, not necessarily order block, but kind of. it's basically going for this imbalance. If like if and there are very few chances that will not. So if to be honest, it's also likely that will not likely but possible to respect the structure on 1 hour. But let's define more clear the structure. Well, this became a range. Guess this one is the high. Well, we got also 50-minute order block with liquidity with everything. Well, now it looks or much better. Will it will clearly not turn around right now. Um, but it is a good starting point. We start to build some structure. It will most likely use this other block as a reversed one. Like in order to turn around, uh, it has to break the slow. So nothing like we got some kind of church here, but nothing serious. This level means almost nothing. Well, it may be that this was the move. It may be. Like now in 5 minutes we can see that some structures are some kind of something. Well, now we got a bearish range on 5 minutes. Let's see how it's gonna react on this bullish one. But then it broke the high or not? 782. 782. No, it reacted exactly like if you're looking here, like was this high and then this high, this high was perfectly respected. It was literally perfectly respected. And also the middle point of the imbalance worked very well. But then you look at here, it's this other block still untouched, this imbalance, so this is still bullish. Like what's gonna do now? It's gonna complete the pullback or not? Also the ranges are very tight here, like a great target would be this low. Perhaps this one. Because this got no liquidity, this neither. So this was the case for this one, got no liquidity. No liquidity was built before it. Um, so what happened is basically became the liquidity for this one. 7 minutes until the close. Well, there was some kind of bearishness. But now, at least we got some kind of range. The price is far right now from being ready to go lower, but at least we stopped running as crazy, like higher. So I don't know how to put the camera. Well, made a church. And now it may go well 6 minutes until the closure of the 4 hour candle also. So now it's very interesting what's gonna happen. One hour, consider is visible on 1 hour. I'm not going 15 minutes, 50 minutes. Looks like gonna close back in a range. Also, this range is visible on 15 minutes, so on 5 minutes can be also seen on. Well, perfect. Now we got the church. So closure back in this range. I don't know what to call it, whatever it is. Okay, as a start. No surprise that, well, this is a range on, well, I got two ranges, a bearish one, a bullish one. 1 minute, well, what basically happened right after taking liquidity below this here. Let's see if it's gonna do a church. Well, now makes some. Now it may look a little bit better because being so focused in here is not very healthy for my eyes, I guess. Um, well, failing to close above those highs will be good. Literally right now our current range is from this high to this low. Until a break of this high. Now it's also like it's not easy to trade in such conditions because look, we got a bullish range, right? This one. Then we got a bearish one. Now we made also a bullish short. Let's see if we gonna align with the bearish one, and then if there is gonna be some alignment, will be amazing. But it depends how it's gonna close the 4 hour candle. Well, right now looks good. We made kind of church. I think this is a fake one, but still, Still a church. We got liquidity level in here on 15 minutes. Still got a bearish range. But yeah, right after taking liquidity, we closed back in a range and made it kind of a church. So I'd like to see liquidity gone one more time. And then see the real move happening. Well, perfect. It's gonna go higher. Close right back in a, so having idea this was our initial bulling bearish range. So then we took liquidity above, like I did expect this range to hold, so but nothing happened when the price got here, like got very aggressive bullishness. Then um going on 15 minutes, the range is the same, like it's very visible. And what basically happened, we broke out the range, right? And then made the church like a closure back in a range with a change of character. Well, now what I do not like is that 5 minutes basically closed right back in the bullish range of 50 minutes. This was the bullish range, to liquidity above, to liquidity below. So there is also no or almost not no liquidity for this 1 minute range. This 1 minute structure is still bullish. What I'd like to see is some liquidity run above this high, and then eventually see some reversal. Essentially would require 7 lots. But then you are looking at this and you're a little bit confused about the target, because what's gonna be the target basically? So it's getting closer, closer, and closer. And there is also a chance that it will react right from this outer block and will not go any higher. But it's just a chance in my view. Well, 5 minutes PI. I like to see liquidity run before it, like some real liquidity that's visible on 1 and 4 hour also. Because look, this range is basically the week on, like, yeah, from here to here is basically the week on 1 hour and 4 hours. So if we're gonna, and this is a bearish range on 15 minutes and also on 5 minutes. So what's gonna happen if we're gonna if I gonna see on even 1 minute is enough. I guess it's going lower, but not enough because we're gonna go lower, complete some of this, some of this, or like go in this reverse order block, then push higher again. But if I don't see a clear liquidity running here, I'm not sure. Like, of course, you can do some scalps, like go from here to here or something like this. Or why not until down here? It's possible. It will be not like, if this does not happen, it will be basically some bullishness, like contradicting signals. Well, right now, it's time to wait for some kind of pullback. No, meanwhile, let's do some other analysis. Like, let's make it like this. Delete. Like, I mean, there is no surprise if it goes lower right now. But if it goes lower right now, basically, I cannot be short on 1 hour. Like, I could have been short like only on 5 minutes, target from this high, like to this low, and so on and so forth. But until we clear some liquidity above this high, I cannot target this low. Oh, I mean, I can, but I cannot. Um, will be not a clear setup. That's what I want to say. So right now, let's like 3 and 10 minutes. Most probably, it's gone for the New York session. Like now, it's ranging. We got this big impulse in the beginning. I think was 35 pips. Well, pretty good, right? So right now, let's do some real analysis because, to be honest, maybe the shorts are not the best idea right now. So let's clear things a little bit. I'm gonna leave this alarm anyway. So let's go on weekly and see what we got here. Because I was like, my mind was somehow um, occupied. And also for everyone who is watching now and um, it's trading, patience is probably the skill that will bring you the most profits. Like being able to be selective, like very selective with your trades, will gonna bring you the most profit because a very big part of trading is not only winning, and a big part of profitability in general is not only winning, but it's also avoiding losses. Like you can win, but does mean nothing if you are losing a lot, right? So the thing that you have to do is like to cut the losses as much as possible. And when like it's impossible to cut the losses entirely. It's the price you pay for the wins. But basically you can do a very selective market approach and be very selective with the trades that you are risking for, that you will basically, and you can apply it in everywhere, like choose quality over quantity. Doesn't mean nothing if you have 10 friends but none of them answer you when you call them, but and you have problems and none help you. But if you have one or two that are very um, helpful, and they are real friends that help you, that you can have fun with them, you can count on them, um, they're gonna mean more than 10 friends like the friends. So it's with trades, like taking maybe 2 3 trades a week that are really really good, that are matching your criteria. Like, and of course, doing this, you have to let go of those traits. Like here, it's one, those traits that you are basically missing. Like this one, I missed the trait here. Not here, but this little church here gave me a range that was like a perfect. Uh, you know, this was a very clean setup in alignment with the overall market structure, in alignment with this bullish range, right? Then become bearish, then again bullish, right? And then at this what happened was this. This was bullish, right? This was bullish, then came again, then, excuse me, then this range became bullish also. But what to trade. Um, but then what basically happened, came in discount, right? But we got this contradiction here, this bearish range. But then we came here, like this was very, very clear, very, very clean. Um, what did was come here, right? Then close higher, may like take the low, and then go for the high and make a trade. So this became a very good range, right? Then price slowly came down here, and it was like at the closure of this candle. Of course, I could have gone lower. 50 minutes to see if I got something. Yeah, I got liquidity below this low. Like a sniper entry. And then stop loss could have been like with some room, 6 pips, six, like 4666. Like this would have been the trade. The stop loss, of course, I could extended it for a little bit, and then basically target. I don't know. I would what I would have targeted was basically this high, high, or more like this high. But I got stuck on short setups that what happened, I was missing the overall picture. But yeah, you gotta let go those things, like a new setup, will come for sure. Maybe today, maybe other day. But yeah, look, this is the daily range. But enough with it. Now it's time to clear up a little bit and wait and look for some. Hey, look, now here, this is this other block is the perfect entry. Very simple, very easy. It is also 1 hour order block. In here, you can refine it. A 1 hour order block. It's a clear, like in my point of view, it's a clear setup. But also not a good one necessarily because it's somehow in contradiction with this. And well, to be honest, I have no idea where to trade and what to trade today. So I'm gonna let things like at least on GU and U, it's more like pain to be on the charts now. Here it's some very good possible trade, I'll say. But also you see the like right now you have nothing to trade because we got literally two opposing ranges. Which one are you gonna trade? Like this one, of course, you can trade it until here. But when you get here, you gotta get out because it can also very well hold and push the price higher. And this is because it's gonna be CPI this week. Like literally, the price is gonna range and range and range. Yeah. Okay. Like this look like an internal structure inside the overall structure, which may end up in actually getting stopped, but this is only a um it's a contest somewhere in here, like it's called the leap or something like this. And yeah, the best traders will have some rewards. Well, what I didn't looked at in a while was basically this one. Well, now I don't wanna be like we got a clear range. Then we took liquidity above and closed back in a range and made some change of character. So some liquidity below it's likely to be taken. But yeah. So let's do again the analysis on USD and see if it's gonna happen something. Well, on weekly we kind of bullish right now. Yet not more than this candle, but though there it also still I don't know. We're in this range. Just basically a daily internal range. This is also a daily internal range. Like this is or acts as daily internal. 27 October. Yeah, 28 October. This one is the range. Well, took liquidity below the range and then close right back in the range, but also before closing did some continuation but close with a clear chart. So it may go straight for this level in here. But a lot of bot right now. Literally a lot of bot because maybe I'm tired, maybe I have brain fog, or maybe just the the CPI event that's gonna be released. Look, this is still the range, the bullish one. Like even if we got a closure here, no, if we get a closure, this will be the range. Pause. So very, very, very interesting. Weekly looks bullish. Daily looks also the range keeps staying bullish, invalidating weekly imbalances. To be honest, I'm not leading because there is not something very important to be looked at. Yet there is this, I guess it's a level, a 75% level of the right now we are sitting around equilibrium on the overall range. So it may happen something around here. But not necessarily it will. So we got this structure, bearish, daily fracture, and we got this, daily internal, which is a weekly fracture, and the daily fracture is bullish. Well, daily fracture it's basically 4-hour internal, and Right now I'm map it more like this. This was the move I was talking about in the weekly analysis, but somehow I got disturbed by the price action. Um, or by the lower time frame, and yeah, thinking live. It may go lower. Well, actually, if it goes lower, has a lot of room to go. So there could be a good trade, like for a pullback trade. Let's see. So 4 hour right now, it's clearly bullish. That's no questions about it. Well, hourly swing, it's this one. And yeah, basically this is here on euro. I need some kind of retracement, which I don't think will happen today. Um, Here it's also bullish, like monthly kind basically made a real church in it. Now I'm looking to complete some of this imbalance. Don't know how much of it. Well, right now fractal is bullish on weekly. It's changed and depends if it's gonna close. Actually, this is a good sign of where will go the price. Well, basically, daily is bullish, but right after taking liquidity, close back in range and made a church. So it makes perfect sense to look to fill this imbalance on GBP. Let's look if it's gonna realign with bearish range. I'm short right now. It will be great if 1 minute at least will close in the range Like now, a church happened, clear church liquidity has been taken, last liquidity in my view, or almost last. So liquidity built here for this level. Um, well, 5 minutes at this moment doesn't look so good. Just this big rejection. Euro looks like it's preparing to go lower also somehow. Uh, Well, depends. Now looks like a new opportunity in this imbalance. Well, so this was the well, my camera shut it down, but I'm now keep going with the live. It looks somehow, I'll say not good, but not bad either. I'd like to see though a closure back in this range for more certainty. Well, there was 1 minute church, but did not close in the range and is consolidating right now. So doesn't look entirely good. So to break down the idea is this based on this other block and not much more. But it may be like it's somehow in alignment with the 1 hour market structure. This is this is how got liquidity. This is the low. There was this 15 minutes. There may be a chance to reverse after taking this liquidity, but I did enter. I did rush the trade. Was not a good thing because what basically happened was this 15 minutes bearish range. We made a church here, and then was the same structure on 5 minutes. You can see it very clear. Now it's more like this. The range is still bullish, so I am not. So now, was this range in alignment with the 1 hour structure? Right? Or to be honest, like this is 1 hour structure also. Depends which one are you looking at, but um, this one is quite valid. If 15 minutes closes back in a range, will be not bad. But for this, it's needed basically to close below this level. And what basically happened 1 minute, like it's disturbing because 1 minute somehow give me the confluence that's gonna take this low, but not so, like not necessarily, because 5 minutes looks, or even 2 minutes looks more like um, bullish. Yeah, to make more this, well, it has gone until this high. I don't know if it's gonna run liquidity or not. So, but well, now I'm confident in a trade. Now I can tell you that I'm confident in it. But as long as it does not close above the range again. Well, most probably it's gonna go for the liquidity above this high, um, because close back in a range. It is likely that we'll take liquidity above this 1 hour high also. So let's see how it's gonna play out. Well, 5 minutes has some bearish structure. This was somehow liquidity, but not for real. Failed to close back in a range. First, we got a bullish range, right? Right. From this low to this high was bullish, but then we broke the low, creating a bearish range. Yet, even so, the bearish range closed basically. Well, a good sign at least is that 1 hour didn't close above the 50%, but it did basically close well above the 50% of the order block. So 1 minute realigned bearish. Let's see how it's gonna react in here. It's gonna push past this level, and if yes, we're gonna close back in, because if it will, I am back, I'm out. Let's see if a church gonna happen. Because looking on how the price action looks, it may push past this imbalance. Well, now doesn't look bad at all. Oh, does not look bad at all yet. Just so that like an idea, 15 minutes is still has still 10 minutes to till the candle closure. So depends. Here it's another level where it can turn around. Well, talk the liquidity below though. Like no, 15 minutes also did. I'm I closed half. Like just to this was not a great trade. Entering here would have been good, but where I have entered was like I thought it's gonna be a loser, to be honest. So first target seems to be almost touched. Now let's see if it will be touched. Um, well, now it is basically in alignment. If it takes this low, it's going to be in alignment with everything basically. Up on 1 minute here, kind of order block. Well, was enough for me. I'm out. Well, yeah, this was a great one. Um, Now I hope I'm out everywhere. It keeps going lower, but now it could reverse. And to be honest, I would wait for it to reverse before entering again. Um, yeah, well executed, well closed everywhere. So I have to be honest. I have no idea why I'm looking to the camera still, because it's definitely not working, and I have no idea why. I guess the battery is done, or got too hot. I don't know. Yeah, this was okay. Now you're gonna hear me not so well anymore, but just to um, just to not to prove anything, but to make things more clear at least. It was a real trade. The one. It was on a real trade. I've taken yesterday also one more here, like basically pretty much, yeah, the beginning of the move, and now is the well, continuation happened, and now let's see if some reverse are gonna happen, or will it keep going. Now it's some potential for long in here. Um, I'm not feeling so proud, so good with this trade. I rushed things. I'm don't get me wrong. I am very happy that it played out, but somehow it was the entry was too early. The entry has to be improved because looking at those ranges, well, it would have been a perfect trade if I would have waited for this candle to close inside the range and eventually enter on retest. But because it didn't close, what I should have done was wait for this liquidity, like this was a range on 1 million, wait for this liquidity to be taken, then wait for this church, and then basically target this low, which would have ended up in you know, not necessarily a closure, but if it would go for the low, it could go higher, lower also. The idea was that I wouldn't be stuck in like on minus so much for so long. But yeah, ended up being a good one. I was lucky and made some profits for the day. And actually some good ones, I guess, was 1,200 or something like this. Oh yeah, 1,200 and a little bit more. But this is on not only on this account, on multiple account, like on one account. Well, this is a challenge. Well, this is also a challenge. Those are live accounts, and this is also a challenge. So on 200K accounts um, and the challenge, like basically I copy trade the live accounts. On the live accounts I've made some a little bit less. On one account I made $600, and on another one I made around, no, 0.7. It's around 800, I guess, or something. So still very good, still happy. So yeah, basically this was the trade. This was the day I closed the day. It now, like for some idea, it may go lower. And it will, if first thing first, 1 hour to close in this range, right? It is not necessarily, but if you look at in here, was this 4 hour range, which eventually price like passed, right? Well, this candle very lucky closed back in a range. I don't know if in this one, yeah, or closed right there, like at the high. I don't know. It's more.